Welcome, welcome to another educational video in our Healing with Ki journey. Welcome to my sacred circle. Welcome to Healing with Ki. Thank you for being here for this series. It introduces the Oracle deck Healing with Ki and its curated set of 54 inspirational and educational lessons, all about connecting with, learning to integrate, and then learning to manipulate universal ki. The cards, the companion book, this video series, it's all been created to be tools of empowerment and hopefully inspiration, and they are meant to introduce you to several different frequencies of ki. My name is Lisa Ayres. I am the author of the Healing with Ki Oracle deck and companion book. I am a Reiki master teacher trained in both Eastern and Western Reiki lineages. I am the founder of the Drawing Down the Moon system of Reiki, and I have been a practicing pagan since the 90s and an intuitive healer working with Ki for over 27 years. So I hope that my knowledge and my experience helps you. If you are interested in working with energy all around us, known in different cultures by different names, such as chi, prana, ki, life force, ether, akasha, universal love, universal life force energy, please consider like, follow, and subscribe. And most importantly, share. The whole point is to help raise the vibration. And if you know someone who might enjoy these exercises or might enjoy the experience of practicing with Ki, please do share. Today's video is part of a 4-part mini-series within the larger Healing with Ki journey. If you've been following along with us, you will already have done all of the preparatory work for this part 2, and then part 3 is coming next. If you haven't done that, please go back to the video above. Watch that first because it's going to get you ready for what we're going to learn today. Thank you for coming back. Let's learn about Meiso. Dai Ni Bu. Dai Ni Bu is card 21. It means symbol meditation part 2. In this lesson, we're going to take a dive into affirmations and manifestation work. I'm going to talk about this part of the process and how it connects with last week's video, and then we're going to move on to learn about today's meditation and why we practice it. Then I'm going to walk you through the meditation process. And then we'll finish the video with a guided practice session that you can come back to as many times as you like to practice along with us, but that you might use in conjunction with last week's video, today's video, and maybe next week's video if you choose. Now, unlike many of my other videos, this mini-series in particular works specifically with traditional Usui Reiki symbols. And it does so in a very carefully structured process, but stick with me. Even if you aren't attuned, we've got a workaround for you. I'm teaching you this method this way because this is how I originally learned the work from Master William Lee Rand and from Master Richard Rivard, and I wanted to honor their teachings, so I have put their information below in the description. They are worth a gander for sure. Now, the next part is a little controversial. Many Reiki masters might chastise me for this, or at least they would have in the past, but I encourage you to do it anyways because you will find it amazing. If you have not yet been attuned to the traditional Usui Reiki symbols, but you want to work with them or you're curious to work with them, you can easily look them up online. They're not secret, but they are sacred. So once you've discovered them, you can use the previous meditations, the two, card 19 and 20, to connect with those symbols without the aid of a Reiki attunement or a Reiju ritual. And you'll still find an amazing connection with the symbols. If you choose to then become attuned later, you'll find a more profound connection with the symbols. So if you have not yet gone and practiced and experienced and done a little bit of research, I suggest you do. The next step in this process is all about using the energy or the ki that we've collected from our previous meditation to bring life into our manifestation work. We use the power of emotion to literally breathe life into our heart's desires. So let's talk first about creating meaningful and effective affirmations or manifestation statements, because you need at least one solid statement to work with for this process. So what is an affirmation statement? It is a statement of our heart's desire in an intentionally structured format that's bursting with feeling and conviction. How do we make it? If you think that you feel confident writing a statement, great. Make it positive, make it present, make it personal. But if you're sort of struggling to come up with an affirmation that rings true to you, because there does need to be that feeling that you connect to it and it is real, then first think about what you're actually saying to yourself. Are there negative statements that you're saying to yourself, like, I never exercise? Then transfer that statement into something that you actually want it to be. So transfer unhelpful statements into positive representations of what you actually want. So I never win becomes I always win, or I'm a winner. I hate exercising becomes I love taking good care of my body, or I really enjoy the feeling of my muscles working together. It needs to be something that feels true in your heart and in your soul, and is positive, present, and I can't remember what the third P is, guys. Aside, a mini ritual that you can do. Save this record of unhelpful or intrusive thoughts for later. And then what you want to do is actually tear those intrusive thoughts up, throw them away. Teach your subconscious mind just how easy it is to tear them up and throw them away and make something new out of them. That in itself is a really beautiful ritual. You can connect it to the correct moon phase. You can connect it to color. You can do a lot with it. So don't just ignore that energy that you've put into writing down all those things that you're saying to yourself. Use it as an opportunity to let go of what's not serving you. A solid affirmation statement is positive, present, and powerful. That's the third P. It's full of emotion. It immediately draws forth this feeling of an achieved goal in your mind and in your heart. It gets you excited. So write that affirmation down in clear and concise wording, as if the goal has already been achieved. Make sure that it is accurate. Rewrite it several times. Really think about what it is that you're asking for, because accuracy is really important. If you are not accurate, you might not get exactly what you're looking for. For example, you might get your dream job, but that dream job has no opportunity for advancement. Or you might get a lump sum of money, but no opportunity to grow that money. Or you might find your beautiful home, but it's not available, or it just sold, right? So very clear, accurate, and concise. When you're working with your statement, think, say, and write it with strong and joyful conviction and feeling, as if you're responding to a friend's future observation. So I always find time to exercise, right? It just happens. Be sure to write down the qualities and the values that you want to bring in, because these are actually what you're looking for, right? Security, trust, strength, abundance. Put a timeline on your affirmation. That's important. Set a specific date. If it's appropriate, that might be a finish date or a start date. And allow it to sort of focus the affirmation and the energy flow. Once you've settled upon a version of your affirmation that truly expresses your heart's desire, write it down on a nice piece of paper, maybe a colored piece of paper, green for money, yellow for happiness, red for love. And on that same piece of paper, also write your name and the current date at the top of the paper. This is attaching your current vibe to the affirmation. And then you're going to strengthen that affirmation by giving it its own symbol. And that symbol can be anything. It can be a very simple picture of yourself having achieved the goal. It might be a very simplistic symbol, such as a tree or a sun or a car, a flower or a dollar sign. Or you can give your statement a very specific magical or Reiki symbol, or you can even create a sigil that represents your goal. But you want to give it a symbol. Now, once you've done all of that, now you're ready to start the meditation part of the process. If you haven't already, you need to go back to the previous video and follow the guided meditation at the end of the video to the end, and then come back, because that meditation brings you to the energetic state that is conducive to this manifestation work. All right. If you are attuned to them, be sure that when you're doing that meditation, you're incorporating the Mara and the Rama symbols, as well as the master symbols, the distance symbol, the Kriya symbol, Choku-rei. Incorporate all of these into the meditation from last week. They're all very, very useful for manifestation work. So the meditation from the previous video, in conjunction with today's meditation, is going to incorporate the frequencies of the symbols into your aura, the symbols that you do in the previous meditation. We're going to bring that energy into your aura, raising the vibe of your own energetic field, shifting the energetic signal that your aura is sending out like a beacon. Is bringing it more in line with the frequencies of your heart's desire. In today's meditation, we align our heart's desires with our own personal vibe, bringing everything up a notch and into alignment for materialization. Okay, so think about it like a triangle of co-creation. You are saying, I know I need this energy, and I know I want that energy. And I know I can put some faith and trust into the universe. And if I bring all that together into this triangle of co-creation and bring it into my field, then it's going to come true. This is the concept that we're working with. All right, let's learn what the meditation is and how it works. You're going to need to prepare for this meditation as well. Of course, you need a quiet and conducive meditation space. You need to set time aside for this process. And it is actually very appropriate to cast a sacred circle and set dedicated time aside in your schedule for this. Gather up your crystals, your affirmation statements on your fancy colored paper. You want them handy so that you can charge them by holding them in your hands and in your lap. while you work with the symbols. Perform the symbol meditation from the previous video with the symbols that we've discussed and your crystals all around you and your manifestation statements handy. Then, once you've completed the last part from the previous video, you're going to continue on saying and feeling your affirmation statement out loud or to yourself, but ideally out loud. And you're going to create this scene of your manifestation, this vision with your imagination. You're going to imagine what it looks like, what it feels like, when it comes into reality, when it comes to fruition. What does that look like? Include the feeling that you're connected with, the timeline, the values that you've established are best to support your goals. Bring that all together in this really elaborate daydream. Then you're going to pull down that white mist from the previous meditation that's full of the symbols and energy that you worked with. You're going to pull that down from the ether, from the top of your triangle. Surround this vision that you've just created of your heart's desire with this mist full of symbols, and visualize as many symbols as you need now, just to surround and completely engulf this image in your mind. And then you're going to focus on your visualization and the feeling of the affirmation statement for 3 minutes, up to 9 minutes, and affirm to yourself that the process is already in motion. That's key. All the people, places, and things and energies and synchronicities necessary to bring this to fruition, they're already in motion. It's already starting to happen. And then after these 9 minutes, you're going to imagine your manifestation then floating up with the white mist of symbols back above your head again. And now you can repeat this over and over again with as many goals or affirmations or manifestations as you have. All right. So let's practice now. Pause, prepare yourself. I'll see you soon. Hello again. I imagine that you've just completed your symbol meditation. Let's get started with feeling and imagining our affirmations. Continuing on from last week's meditation, now that you've got all this energy collected from the white mist, you've pulled it into your aura, increased your aura's frequency, and then drawn the excess into your dantian. You can now use this energy to work with your affirmations and bring them to fruition. So what you want to do now is say and feel your affirmation out loud or to yourself, but out loud is better. And create with your whole heart an imaginary scene of your manifestation when it has become a reality. And you want to dive deep into this daydream. Include your feeling that you've connected with, as well as the timeline, the values, everything that you've established that's going to best support your goal. Okay? So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do that. Now, using that white mist full of symbols above your head from our earlier practice, I invite you to surround your manifestation, this daydream scene that you've been working on, with this white mist of symbols. Visualize as many of those symbols as you need to surround that daydream in your mind. Now we're going to focus on that daydream and the feeling of the affirmation statement for 3 more minutes. And we're going to let that white mist of symbol magic just surround it and bring its energy to it. Now that those 3 minutes of amazing feelings have elapsed, affirm to yourself and to the universe that the process is in motion. Imagine your manifestation scene now floating up with the white mist of symbols back above your head again. And now you can repeat this as many times as you need with any other goals or affirmations or manifestation work. Then you'll either stop here or you'll move on to the next step. If you choose to stop here, you're going to release that white cloud above your head to the universe, just allowing and trusting that the universe is going to gather all the people, places, and things together that are necessary to bring this heart's desire to fruition. And it's going to be here and it's going to be now, as you stated. If not, you're going to move on to card 22, and you're going to use that meditation to then ground and release any excess energy that you've built up. And then you're going to transfer that excess ki from your head into your own storehouse. And this is going to prevent you from having headaches and strengthen your own life force energy and fill your energetic cup. Thank you for practicing with me. I'm Lisa Ayres. I'm so happy to share this with you. Please don't forget to follow me on all my various social channels. Watch out for me in the community. I will see you next week for the last part of the meditation.